Okay, so I want to make a video for NovelAI, upload videos about creating AI artwork. So this is Reddit, and I found it very helpful when I was trying to make some. And I often look at their documentation to figure everything out. And some of these tags really helped. And this one too. Then I recently saw this one, just how high quality and like it was drawn by a person. This is what it looks like to me. And someone linked this, and if I want to get more in depth, this would be helpful. But I want to try to put my own sort of spin slightly on this one, because how I do mine, I don't use these brackets a lot, and I don't use the negative prompts because I didn't understand it quite right here. I thought this was enough, but if this helps get to this, I'll try it. So here is how I do mine. I have a folder in my pictures for exclusively NovelAI. I have characters, so I download individual photos. Then this is the zip files, and this is the prompts which I use notes in. So here I'll show all the ones I created so far. This was from 10,000 analysis. Some of these are like, this one's my all-time favorite. This was the first one I made, and this was the last one. There's some iteration. This one was really good in terms of randomly choosing an all blue. Then I of course just copied it. This one was sort of accidental, but I kept it just because of how magical it looked. So then here are the zip files. I just haven't opened any of them. I was doing them in batches of 3, then I decided to go individual. It's better to have them than not. And then the prompts. So here, it's titled the same way as how I have the pictures. So doing 768 by 1024, it will cost 10 analysis. I do anime full, I just keep it like this. I always keep the steps, and I change the scales. For some reason, sometimes if you just, like, this was second try, but like, I've gone up to like 60 or 100 just for one of the photos, and sometimes it automatically, the scale changes to like 10.2 or something. So then, to make it easier for myself, I have the main prompt, and then I break it down, and if you copy it just like this, it'll kind of, the entire line will just go continuously. It won't act like there's a break in them. So I usually just copy, don't save changes, then I literally just paste it in here. So let's start new one, and I'll come up with title later, but okay. So I'm gonna want anime full 768 by 1024. Oh, 768, 1024. You can't, at least for me, I can't go any higher if I want to keep it at a 3:4 ratio. Okay. One time I was having such trouble doing one of the pictures, and then I looked and I saw that it was curated instead of full. So then I usually start with 10. Okay, so I'm gonna keep it like this because I'm gonna start with this base, and then I'm gonna take this person, Brandon B. They did a great job. And of course the AI artwork. So I'm gonna copy, go here. I'll put it here. Oh wow. Okay. Then I'll start rearranging, taking out what I don't need and going from there. I usually like to do it like this. Because for me, once you start doing once you start the image and then you start fine tuning it, like I'd be this, copy, paste, doesn't look good. Okay, I'm gonna take this out, then I'm gonna add in here, and I might change the scale. I just wanted to know, like maybe if I ever wanted to go back, like what tags I used and such. So now I have to add a new one for negative. Let's see, everything is still here. Sometimes I do use a seed, so then I put here, seed, and then there's some special numbers. Okay. Undesired content. Okay. I usually keep the main prompt just the same right here. So, let's see here. Start with the main prompt. Okay, I'll take this part, put it here. High quality, best quality, masterpiece. I feel like those are redundant. You only get so many, I guess, characters, and if you put spaces, those will count towards your characters, and they don't really add anything. I'm gonna do best quality. And remove the things I already took from this. High res, even though the resolution is already there, but we'll see what happens. Oopsies. Extremely detailed solo. Make sure you have your commas at the end, otherwise here and here it'll be gentle brown hair, so you want to not forget about that. One girl, solo. I don't know if these more personality character traits add anything, but I always just have them and images always turn out great. Let's see. So this line typically will be the, okay, so prompt, this will be the race, species, a high schooler, or doctor, or their job, occupation kind of thing. Okay, let's see. Location, this is mostly location. Okay, I'll do location then. I usually always use dappled sunlight, just because it adds light to it, but not where you see the sun in the background. So in autumn, they really emphasize it. cherry blossoms. I really like the cherry blossoms part. And I guess I'll put trees. Fluttering leaves. I mean, I could always just go back. Character, one girl. I don't know why they emphasize this. If they had already emphasized one girl earlier. I guess they were getting a lot of mixed results. Solo. Beautiful Hakama. Okay, so this would be prompt, model, hair, face, upper body, lower body, attire 1, attire 2, position. Position, attire 1, attire 2. So, beautiful Hakama. I guess I'll put 2 there. I haven't really had issues. Sometimes I've had to use the brackets before, but let's see. I'm seeing that they didn't specify the color. Let me see here. Ooh. White with. I might have to specify color. White comma. Pants. I'm not sure this classifies as pants. I looked it up. A comma is supposed to be both. Standing, that's the position. So here I always use looking at viewer. Yeah, viewer. Standing. If they have a comma, I always use thigh gap as well. Okay. Pants would be weird. Expressionless. I always do a slight smile. Guess I should just at this point put the rest in. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, cinematic lighting. I guess I'll do that. Background. Wait, no. Beautiful comma. That would be here. I want sleeves. Ornate, intricate. Ornate and intricate. It really adds. It's really nice. Okay. I always had a hard time getting dragon tail and for it to be a blue color, because it usually ends up being red or something, and I'm just confused as to why, since it specifies the color. It specifies 3 separate times its tail. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay. Take this cinematic lighting. I guess I'll take out dappled sunlight, since detailed eyes. I'm gonna have blue eyes. Sharp focus. Lolly, he understands. He understands. I always use petite or young female. Negative prompts. Low res. Polar low res, I don't know. Bad anatomy. Bad face. I always had a problem with the hands. Let's see. kind of separate this portion. Bad anatomy. Proportions. I've sometimes had this problem. 3 legs. Worst quality, low quality, normal quality. Oish. Distorted. Text error. Missing fingers. 2 girls. Yep, I've had that problem. I need to take out this one. Petite. Not safe for work. I've never had that problem. Dynamic pose. Dynamic angle. Distort perspective. Only upper body. I don't understand the need for these right here. The underscores. I never had a problem with missing legs. I've had a problem with 2 girls, which I'm so confused. Extra digits, yep. No problems with short legs or missing arms. Dude, I had this one creepy picture once where their arms were their legs. Let's see, error, poorly drawn. Let's see here. Take this, put here. Over this extra missing long skirt. Take that out. Only lower body dynamic. Okay, expressionless. I want a slight smile. Sharp focus. Extremely detailed girl. Masterpiece. I guess it doesn't hurt to have that. Masterpiece illustration. Medium shot. Medium shot. Right there. Shiny hair. That doesn't look shiny to me, I guess. Long hime cut bangs. White hair, no. Let's see. Okay. Hair ornaments, braided. Okay. Sharp focus. See, they put sharp focus twice and I feel they overemphasized it. Medium shot. I'm gonna reduce to 2. And I'll just work from there. I feel they went a little overboard. Very long hair? I think long hair is fine. I already have that tag. I wouldn't say shiny hair. He may cut bangs. Usually their bangs are like that. Usually. Braided ponytail. Braided bun. Double bun. Hair long. Barefoot. Sunlight. Let's see. I have to take out it. Sunlight. Bare legs. So one of the tips is if you have 2 brackets, make sure you have 2 brackets. So 2 here, 2 here. Okay. I'll do 1. I want to go overboard for some of these. Okay. Sharp focus, masterpiece. Okay. Enter that content. Okay. should. Possibly. Looking at viewer, fallen leaves, I think that's what one of the things they put. Falling, fluttering leaves, standing. I'm doing nature, cherry blossoms, trees, petals. It's gonna be a forest. I'll take out the river and the water. Let's see, clouds. Let's see here. I guess I'll leave it up to interpretation. I want cherry blossom trees, petals, nature, forest, cinematic lighting, I guess. Okay. Let's try this. See, and be careful sometimes where I've copied this, for some reason, it puts in the number I have, 1 or 2, and it uses it randomly. So after you do an iteration and you try to do again, it'll have a number right here. I'll show you. Oops, take that out. Okay. Anime full 768, 1024, low 2810, and I never changed that, mess with it or anything. I always leave that, and let's see. Okay. What did I do? Beautiful comma. Whoopsies. I did the color. Whoops. I guess I'll leave that part. See? Sometimes you gotta be careful. But here, you can copy this. Seed copied. I usually put it here just so I can remember it. And then you put it here. And then if you like how this image is going, you can then just focus on changing it slightly. Like, let me see here. First off, this is really good quality. Maybe I want her more slim petite, so I add in here some petite. And theoretically, this image should mostly stay the same. Usually, their face, eyes change a bit, everything slightly changes, but then they should follow. That has the correct number of hands. I usually like to do this, and like that. Okay, what else? Some petite, bare arms, whoopsies, bare shoulders. I did not look over this. Something body. Okay. I think I'll take out thin. Pointy, beautiful, detailed eyes. Okay, then you just Control C, Control Alt, Control V. All this looks fine to me. Okay, next image should be theoretically pretty different. Because it should be, okay, there's the comma. It's not blue. I put 2 there. I think I might have tried to follow that. That's not quite. Medium stone. Emphasize that. And you can use regular parentheses if you want to de-emphasize something. The number of hands, the hands are really good, so all of this really helped. Bad missing. That should theoretically work. White Hakama. They didn't specify pants. I guess AI just decided to do that. They didn't. This person, they didn't also list how much interpretation they let. I usually like to every now and then mess around with interpretation. I'll go with an 8. It's full, so okay, that's good. And it's flower there. Hair ornament, yeah. Let's see here. Comma's nice. Usually I don't see them in this position. Usually they're standing in this position. See, the tail is not blue, so I'm not sure how. 4. Oh, I missed that. And that's so 4, 4, and they're all the same type. White come. Let me take out the specified color and let the AI do its thing in terms of that. This would be number 3. Yeah, number 3. I had 10,000. And it cost, not bad. You can make quite a lot of iterations. Did medium. Take out the hair ornament. Maybe you're standing medium. Sharp focus. Mountain. Make it very Japan. Mount Fuji or whatever. Oh, look at that. So this is light brown hair. Very elf looking kind of. Oh, well, yeah. Put elf. That looks wrong right there. There and then there. Bad proportions, bad anatomy. Extra ears. Keep that updated. I like the Hakama color scheme. Let's see. I'm gonna do dark brown. Kind. I find that usually helps for the face. I kind of want more soft, gentle face, if that makes sense. Face expression. That looks gentle. The tail. That's messed up. And this part I'm gonna have to emphasize. It's got that down. I like that right there. Okay. It's mostly trying to figure out the tags. I always mess with the wording. Hands on, holding, something like that. I'm gonna take out that. That doesn't matter for this one. It's mostly the tail. not blue tail. If the AI can even understand what I just wrote. Okay, got that. It's pretty blue. It looks upside down to me. Cause that looks like the underside. Let me see here. Could be a thumb. It's a 5. I like the comma. This part's a little weird to me. Let's see here. Let's see. Let me think. Elegant might be the word, or detailed. Elegant. A comma. I don't need it to be large. Okay, let's try that. Smooth Hakama. But I like this, so I'm gonna take the seed. And let's see, in case I didn't do that, let's see how this turns out. I'll change a few things. Interesting. Let me see here. That part's weird. There's the extra digits. The tail is nice purple. Interesting. Missing fingers. Extra fingers. Text error, take out. And elegant comma, smooth comma. I'm not quite sure. I'm just trying to smooth this out. This should be number 9 according to this count. Now they add that red line over it. It looks like they added that. Holding. Ruffled. I don't want to overuse these. That doesn't matter. Bad legs, more legs. Doesn't matter. Bad hands. Hand is very bad right now. Okay, so. And after. Sometimes I've tried quite many times on the seeding, but if it just doesn't end up working, I'll just have to remove it and go with a different image and start from scratch. That, I don't know what that's supposed to be. That's an interesting tail. See, it messed. I'm gonna have to remove the seed. And see, it changed the scale, so I'm gonna go back. No more interpretation. Not as much interpretation. I really liked how it turned out, but that's usually how, for me at least. Let's see here. Back proportion, back face. I don't know how much these are adding. The ones that I'm adding. Bad column, bad stomach. They still won't see it change temperature too. Even adding parts with the hands and such, it's still hit or miss. Maybe I'm just doing something wrong. I still have lots to learn. It went to a completely different color. These aren't long. Long hair, braided ponytail. There's not much else to do except do this sometimes. Just click and keep going. She's missing tail entirely. A little misshapen. I feel that's very sag. Mountains are nice. Let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. This is a little weird right there. That part's definitely weird. Let's see. Almost slight smile. Let me see. Do I still have it? Slight smile. There's a blush. I like her hair. It's not braided, but and she's missing a tail. But the eyes are very detailed. Eyes usually never get messed up. This part slightly. Calm is nice. Looks a little weird right here. Go 9. So in between, I usually try to do either 10, 8, or 12. And sometimes I'll mix in. No. If anyone has tips, I would appreciate it if you left it in the comments. There, she has a tail. The Hakama is weird though. Try adding them. See here, the hands, they follow every tag that I'm following. Tail, not so much. Add again. I wonder how many tries it took Brandon to do before he got that masterpiece right there. No. Let's see here. I'm gonna add stipulation white, comma. Okay. It's white but has blue trim. Blue trim. Distant mountains. Hands are not it. Hands are definitely not it. Extreme. Hands aren't in the right position. Kind of ignored some stuff. This one's a little off. It has a tail, but it looks upside down. I'm not sure if that'll help either. I guess it's better than nothing. Distant mountains. I guess it really took these two parts into consideration. Sometimes if I get luck, okay, yeah, sometimes that'll happen, which is fine. You just wait. And then you continue. Interesting. Give it a little time. I said white account, but I guess it really took the blue trim part. Dude, what the? Give me some time. Wait a little. Wait. Okay. Now we're back. It's doing its thing. You can tell right here. The hands are not right. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I've had some of this situation too. It didn't include the mountains. It's a weird field. It's a green tail. Sometimes you have to go either way on the scale to kind of get it back on track. Sometimes you want the AI to do some interpretation. Sometimes you want it closer to the original source material. Okay, sharp focus, medium shot, standing. Didn't have the double bun. Now she has two tails. She has more of a red trim. Looks like she has extra hands and extra fingers. But it consistently gets the face and all that. That body. I can't do. Okay, hold on. Why didn't I take this out earlier? Missing legs, missing arms, missing fingers, extra ears, bad tail, extra fingers. Add 2 to that. Eight for interpretation. There it is. Did it again. This one's not too bad. hair's a little weird. The tail is way too low, but it's correct more. It's not white. That's why I feel iffy doing some of these, because then I feel it detracts from some of the other tags. Let me try this. Yeesh. This is being very difficult. Okay, I'm gonna do something crazy and try doing it my way. I usually like to follow what people have to write, but let me see here. I want the focus on the prompt. Okay. Detail, high quality, high resolution. Sure, I'll keep that. Blue trim, Hakama. I usually like to do, for a tiger, being the actual clothes and then the specific colors. This is obviously upper body, arms and such, lower body, legs, and such. Okay, take out. Well, it's definitely missing some of these, so that's probably why I had some problems. Okay, took out that. Okay, let me see how this ends up. Stuff like that. Oopsies. Didn't take out that. Nature. And let me do this. But spruce it up. It already has bad anatomy. Distorted perspective, dynamic angle. Okay. Lord E. Okay. Okay, let's try it now. Emphasis is on the main prompt itself. I got this emphasis part from one of the Reddits that I saw, trying to reference. This is being more difficult than usual, honestly. I don't understand Usually, this won't happen unless you specify for an exposed stomach. I'm trying to look, because sometimes I'll miss tags. That's definitely not a hakama. It's missing a finger. Missing fingers extra here. Let's bring it back to reality. I've never had this. That's interesting. This is some sort of lake, but field, but it immediately turned into that. Okay, braided bun, double bun, long hair, dark brown hair. I like the dark brown hair. High res, gentle kind, braided ponytail. Let's see, braided bun. Let's do that. Double bun. I kind of got it. The hands are messed up. Not bad overall. There's just some little stuff detracting from her. It completely ignored the white hakama part. Looks like it took blue, but her hands and fingers are all correct. I don't like her positioning. I don't know how you would specify that, honestly. This one's honestly not bad. Braided hair, braided bun. It has a long hair part. What is that? Hakama, beautiful hakama. Does it? Let me actually look. Hakama. Oh, wow. Okay. Blue. Sometimes I do this too. When I was doing my Elven Dragon Girl, this is literally how I started it. I put in words to see what it understands. See, it doesn't understand this, but I have to for color. Okay, so let's try that now. I wasn't specifying there's a skirt. No other color. Okay, now that looks a little better in terms of clothing. Medium shot. Don't want sharp focus. I don't know. Maybe medium shot is the reason why she's standing up. I want her looking at the viewer, not facing the viewer. I don't know what happened here. It didn't take the white hakama. Skirt. I already specified that there's a skirt, so I'll take that out. Okay, the clothes are better. See, this right here doesn't match that. So I'm gonna take out that part. So usually what I do is, yeah, 768 by 1024, that's low res. But I go to this website, Waifu2X, and it'll bring it up, the quality. Cinematic lighting. Oopsies, that's not it. That does not look like a comma. Dappled sunlight, cherry blossoms, distant mountain, petals. Let me try doing that. It might legitimately be confused on what a white hakama is, and that's why it's doing that. Okay, here we go. We're back on track. We were very lost for a long time. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. There's the distant mountains. This is pretty close. Let's see here. Upper body, blue eyes, bare arms. Back on track. Simple. Minimal. Elegant. Don't understand. See, I understand tight. Skin tight. Tights. Tight dress. Tight. It somewhat understands. I'm gonna do skin tight. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't have the dragon tail part. This one's been pretty good out like the entire 20 previous ones. Then it kind of just went oof right now. I don't know where it got the green. Ears are little. Hands are bad. Really took, pretty sure from these two right here. I usually have to add onto this body. Mature. Probably shouldn't have done bare arms. That's definitely not a hakama either. Wait, 2, 4, 6, 8. Hold on. Undo. Always want to be careful. The color scheme is correct. Trees are not quite accurate. Blue hakama skirt. I'm having trouble with this hakama. Let's go down to interpretation. Has a tail. It's still not a hakama. Let's let this do its own interpretation on the colors. and see if that yields better results. Definitely understands. Red account. Face is a little oof. I don't like how she's facing me. Might have to take out that part. Green Hakama. This is getting very difficult. Okay, I'll take out that part. Am I understanding this? Hakama. Haori and Hakama. I assume the Haori is the male counterpart. I'm gonna try that. Nature, cherry blossoms. Take out that. Okay, here we are on to something. There's skirt. First off, that's humongous, by the way. That's interesting. This one's not too bad. Just mistakes right there, but has 5. Usually I have triples. This one's legitimately not bad at all. Like, for what I have here and here, it's not bad. Okay, let's see. Usually I have to, this one right here, this tag, I usually have to do 2. Maybe this will help. It's probably gonna end up looking a little whack. Kind of looks like a skirt. Don't know what this is. Don't know what this is. That's an interesting. This is sort of interesting. That doesn't look like a Hakama though. Short sleeve. There. Interesting. I'm trying emphasizing these equally. Take out that. It has not been putting in a tail. This image looks a little stretched out. The hands are good. It's definitely Hakama. There's the blue skirt. I like the ribbon, honestly. Long hair, double bun, braided bun, hime cut. This one's not bad in terms of how it followed the tags. This one didn't quite follow that. Doesn't look right. It's very kind, gentle face. Ears look very nice looking. This is very motherly right here. Hands are all messed up. 8.2, yeah. See, it changes on its own sometimes. I have 10. Went for a red. I put medium. It's following it. Dappled sunlight. Can't go wrong with dappled sunlight. I like the camera shot where it's like what, somewhere around the knee, so mid thighs and above. Interesting. Didn't follow it at all. Braided hair. Double bun, braided bun, long hair. Human cut. At this point, I'm just clicking right now. I didn't even realize that I'm less than 9,500 right now. Ooh. Let's see here. He's very Elven. Let's see here. Hands behind. Usually, this one works out pretty well. Hands behind back. I'll try to get. I like the interpretation blue with the white. Let me try. Blue Hakama. Oopsies. I want a white Hakama with a blue Hakama skirt. Correction. Dark blue Hakama skirt. Okay. A little too much greenery. Almost. Face is good right here. It doesn't have the double bun. Distant mountains. The background's good. Cherry blossom. Look at that. It's very nice. That might be off. I don't know where that sprouted from. White completely. Nope. It's missing the skirt part. 9. I do not know how many I'm at right now. Not quite. What do I want? What do I want to do? Has the colors correct. Ears. Braided. Standing. Hands behind back. Wait, 2, 4, 6, 8. Upper and lower body. Upper and lower body. Oh yeah, this part of it. Let's see. Okay, let's try that. I usually like to have something here. This is difficult. It's not ornate, but interesting. 1, 2, 6 fingers. It almost has. The lighting's a little too bright for me. I want to dapple sunlight. should specify grass for the ground. I don't know what it would do for an ornate arcana, but oh, this one's interesting. Hand's a little messed up on that side. This is more like a dress than a hakama. Okay. Let's see if this yields anything. I think that's 6 fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's messed up, even if it's not bad right here, honestly. Pointy ears. It's not long, which I like. Braided bun. This one's pretty good, honestly. This part's a little weird. Looks like she's on the bottom of a slight hill. No. Hands on neck. I was in the wrong area. It's not following the brackets I have for her stomach. It's kind of interpreting on its own where it wants the stomach. Okay. Let me try. Also, that. I'm probably going against everything a comma is, but let me see here. Kind, gentle. Finger meshes right into her stomach. Let's try again. That one's not. That's more of a shirt. The weird. Oh, I don't know female clothes, so that's definitely not it. Hold on. Let's. Kimono. Maybe Hakama's a little too hard for it. Let's see here. I'm trying to get this right here. Kimono. Let me also check some Japanese clothes, kimono, blue trim. Forearms? Let me see. Forearm. Don't understand forearm. Because I kind of want it a little, not short sleeve, but just to show their forearms. Her forearm. Getting somewhere. Blue trim. I messed up right there. I didn't add the comma. I feel it would have a better time with Kimono than a comma. Ooh, blue with gold trim is always nice. Let's see here. Look at the hands. Almost 6 digits for crying out loud. Let's see if it shows. Kiss 0 legs. Thigh gap. The hands trim. It's I guess it's dark blue. That's very off. It's not double bun. I wouldn't say kind, gentle face. There's some cleavage. Navy blue kimono. It's getting the clothes more accurately to what I would imagine. I'm not sure if that's classified as kimono. I'm not sure. I've seen this. That's interesting. Looking at viewers standing. Temple. Let's see what that does. Definitely nothing. Add. Let's see. Stone road. Walk. Crosswalk. Walking. Stone path. Cobbled path road. Stone road. Distant mountains. This would fall under there. I usually specify. Let's see. Interesting. It's looking more like a robe than anything else right now. 8, 9. I might go back to 8. Leave it to interpretation. Off shoulder, that's actually kind of nice. Off. Is there a dash? Off shoulder. Okay, yep. Let's see. Ornate Kimono. I usually put one of these two just because I'm not quite sure which one it understands more. Off shoulder, yep. Kind of understands that. Let's see. I really want to. Let's go another round. If I don't get it within 1,000, it's a big oof. Dang. I don't know what this is. Gold. That's interesting. I don't know why it's assuming that she's not wearing her kimono. Did I spell that right? Jury. Yeah, let's try that. This completely went opposite of this. Hands I look this up. Look at that blue. Let's go. White kimono. I loved her face. Kind of hard to tell that's even a kimono anymore. Okay, let's try this. Let me see. I don't know why it went to white. Let's go 9. I like the face. Stomach. It's being weird. Let me try to specify the hands. Against the tree, that's interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, of course. Try this. That's interesting. Hands are a little messed up. I don't think it understands relax. That's why I always switch it with between relax and open if I can't get the fingers to be correct. Let me see here. It's not too bad. That's especially not too bad. Like when Kimono, blue trim. I think I'm very close to narrowing it down now. The background has been fine overall. Off shoulder is pretty good. The hands, I'm working on that. I wouldn't say that's blue trim, ornate kimono. I'm trying to narrow it down. Hair's been pretty good. General face, eyes, ears. Oh, let me see here. Hand right here, weird. This is interesting. This is quite a kimono that's weird. But look at the hands. This one's fine, and then that happens. This looks more like an off-shoulder dress. And I said blue kimono, white kimono with blue trim, not the other way around. Hands are weird on this one. Let's see here. This. Take that out. Maybe that. You want to be careful of tags that confuse each other. That counteract each other. They're counterintuitive in a way. That's interesting. Because all of this assumes just goes on. Then you put bear sock. Yeah, that might work 50-50 of the time. This I might have to do with hands. Then I might switch out holding to on. But this AI definitely understands holding. But it just gets a little weird. Like it's like she's pressing into her body. Gonna have to try again. I have 8 tries before I hit 1,000. Hold the phone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thigh gap. I'm quite sure this part, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is interesting. There's a light blue kimono with white trim. Look at her hair. Yes, there's no mountain. Uh, Interesting bushes, and they're surrounding the trees. That's interesting, but it's a road that was built, but then there's grass growing over it, which is interesting. There's definitely a path clearing way because there's no trees like this general area until you go farther, but that has to do with view. There's some flower petals. It's a little dark there. The light's here. Sun is probably let's see, somewhere right here. Okay, her ears pristine, slight blush, slight smile. I like that. This is probably the Hime part. I don't know what you would call this specifically. I would have to go through here. I don't know enough about female stuff. Look at her eyes. Dark blue to light blue. Braided buns, yep. Let's see. Yeah. Nice. I think we've got the winner. Sometimes it's gonna end up like this. Japanese clothes is a kimono, yep. She's standing. A stone road, yep. Nature, this is the nature part. Cherry blossom trees, yep. Trees, yep. Distant mountain, yeah, ignore that. Petals, yep. Technically I didn't specify, but some things AI just assumes like there are petals here, but probably assumes you want petals to be falling. One solo, petite body. She looks pretty petite. Age, that's interpretation. Gentle, kind, yep. Innocent, yep. Let's say this is like a medium brown. Double bun, braided buns, Hime cut, bangs, blue eyes. Yep, you usually get the blue eyes spot on. Detailed eyes. It's very detailed. Pointy ears. Yep. It's not crazy or anything. Blush. Yep. Slim body. Yeah. Legs. Nice proportion to her. Hands holding stomach. Yep. Medium breast. Her body size. Yes. Petite body. I'm not quite sure if it took the mature part. Pregnant, yep. Medium stomach. Might be large for her. Thigh gap, slight one right here. Usually if there's thigh gap, that means her legs are going to be a slight V. Off shoulder, yep. Japanese clothes, white kimonos. Pretty slim legs, I would say. Blue trim. It literally took these two and switched them, but that's fine because this is a very nice shade of blue. Usually, for clothes, I prefer dark blue, but this really works well. I mean, look at that. Goes on here, here, then this part, pristine. Looking at viewer, yep. I usually prefer them being like slightly canted. So as I had showed. Oh no, that's a prompt. Usually I like them slightly canted to where their body is facing somewhere between, if this is 0 and this is 90, somewhere between 45 and 0. Slightly canted. Standing, yep. Dappled sunlight, yeah. There's shadows right here. Sunlight gets her somewhere on this. It's somewhere. Stone road, yep. Nature, yeah. Cherry blossom trees, yep. No distant mountains, petals. I think these right here kind of helped. Low res, I don't know what polar low res is. Bad proportions, gross proportions. Yes, there were many cases of mostly extra fingers. This went away after a while. Bad stomach, that sometimes I honestly should have taken. I should have honestly adjusted this, especially once I put in. Then I never had a problem with these because usually they're just standing, holding their stomach. Story perspective, never had a problem. This, yep. So now, let's see. It's about to be 11, so I'm pretty sure I saved it. Uh-huh. Oh, there it is. This one's specific. There's a bunch out there where it's waifu 2x and then dot something. But I choose this one, and it usually increases sign stuff so that when you have it as a phone, it's not as blurry. And I think it holds the detail quite well, honestly. Okay. Save. Download. Downloading. Okay. Hugify. Downloads. Then I keep it medium and 2x. High, I've tried before, it doesn't turn out good. I'll say it right there. And it's being a little poopy for some reason. PNG. Save as. Sure. And then zip 92 times. Okay, so right now it's saving. I think it's saving at least. Did it fail or something? Do it again, but okay, so this is okay. I want to look at both. Okay, that. So you can see the pixelation right here and stuff. Look at her eyes though; those are gorgeous. But you can see, okay, 100. It starts. There's a little pix. I want to go in. Let's see, pixelation. 505. Look at this pixelation right here. Okay. And here. 505. There we go. First off, it zoomed in a lot more, but I think it was around this distance away. There's probably some smoothing, but it's not as rigid. Let's see. Okay, so here, you definitely see where it tried to expand. Let's focus right here. Look at the way her eyes are looking. But you shouldn't notice too much of it if you're far away. Like, there's like some of this, but it becomes more prominent when you do the 2 times. Like, boom. Like, easy. But it does a pretty good job, at least for getting a phone wallpaper. So let's try it. Oh, it says it's downloading. Okay. I guess my internet's just being a little slow, but I'm glad I was able. Oh, images downloaded. And then for this, so 92, I didn't use a seed. I'm gonna save this as, because I do this too much, so much, automatically goes to there, which I love. Elven girl in kimono. Did I spell kimono right? Kimono. Mono. Elven girl in kimono. Yeah. And then, okay, so this. Oh, actually, I only need these two. NovelAI. Elven. Kimono. Okay. Characters. Girl and kimono. So if I ever decide to look back, I just have to open it. And okay. Elven girl in kimono. Elven girl in kimono. Elven girl in kimono. But yeah. This took forever. How long forever? An hour 42. That's gonna take forever to upload, but we'll see what happens. Thank you for watching this super long video, but look what we ended up with. I hope this helps someone out there, and thank you for watching.